In the shadow of the mighty Hindu Kush lies a world where myth still breathes and history walks in silence. A world called Kalash. Here, amidst mountains older than memory, a people live between mystery and history, guardians of an ancient faith, of colors, songs, and stories that have outlived empires. To safeguard this living heritage, the Kalash Valley's Development Authority, KVDA, has taken a pioneering step, joining hands with Mountain Souls Productions to create a landmark documentary series. Between mystery and history, the Kalash and their heritage.
A word from DG KVDA. The Kalash are not just a heritage of Chitral, they are a living chapter of human civilization. Through this initiative, we aim to safeguard their culture for generations to come.
This year-long cinematic journey will be filmed across Bumbaret, Rumber, and Bearer, explores every season, every festival, every prayer whispered to the mountain gods. It is a collaboration rooted in respect, guided by the wisdom of Kalash elders, and supported by the KVDA, the true custodian of Chitral's cultural soul. Together, we aim to preserve not only rituals and festivals, but a way of seeing the world, one that honors nature, life, and the divine.
This documentary is more than a film. It is a journey into the soul of people who still speak language of myth, memory, and nature.
Across 7 profound episodes and a moving prologue and epilogue, the series unfolds the story of a people whose roots reach into prehistory, yet whose spirit remains alive today. Prologue. In the shadow of the Hindu Kush, majestic landscapes and timeless faces reveal the ancient bond between man, mountain, and memory. The journey begins where myths rise with the morning mist, in the valleys where time stands still. Episode 1. Echoing Mountains, the land and its origins. Through stone trails, glaciers, and ancient ruins, this episode explores the geographical soul of the Kalash homeland. It traces the echoes of migrations, myths of descent, and the whispers of civilizations that passed through these valleys, leaving behind mystery and identity. Episode 2. Sacred Spirits, the world of the divine. In sacred groves and wooden altars, the Kalash commune with unseen powers, Dazal, Balyamane, Mahandio, and others who govern the rhythm of life. Here, fire and wine, prayer and sacrifice merge into an unbroken dialogue between man and God. Episode 3. Where myth, memory, and ritual endure. A tapestry of tales unfolds, from creation myths to heroic legends, all performed through song, dance, and sacrifice. This episode unveils how ritual becomes remembrance, and myth becomes living truth. Episode 4. Seasons of Festivity, the calendar of joy. From Joshi in spring to Chalmos in winter, the valley dances through the year. Each festival, a hymn to fertility, renewal, and divine favor, paints the Kalash world in rhythm, laughter, and sacred wine. Episode 5. Bashali, the sacred seclusion. Within the walls of the Bashali, women find a space of strength and dignity. This episode portrays their solidarity, silence, and spirituality, revealing how seclusion becomes sacred empowerment in the Kalash world. Episode 6. Playing Cupid, love, marriage, and celebration. Amid laughter, music, and playful rituals, the story of Kalash love unfolds. From courtship dances to wedding songs, this episode captures the light-hearted spirit through which the Kalash celebrate the bonds of affection and continuity. Episode 7. Celebrating the final journey. Where others mourn, the Kalash rejoice, for death, to them, is not an end but a return. Through music, dance, and carved effigies, they honor life in departure, turning grief into gratitude beneath the walnut trees. Epilogue. The future of the Kalash past. As the sun sets over the valley, young Kalash children look to the horizon, inheritors of a fragile yet radiant legacy. Their laughter becomes a promise that this culture, rooted in ancient time, will live on through remembrance. Supported by the Kalash Valley's Development Authority, aligned with the UNESCO 2003 Convention for Safeguarding Intangible Cultural Heritage, and envisioned by a dedicated team of scholars and filmmakers. This series stands as a tribute to Pakistan's living heritage. For the first time, the Kalash will speak to the world, in their own voice, through their own stories, preserved for generations yet to come.
The Kalash culture is a treasure of peace, tolerance, and coexistence, and it deserves to be seen and celebrated by the world.
From the heart of Chitral, a message to the world that cultures endure when we choose to remember. Between mystery and history, the Kalash live on.